Hello, welcome to Artcheck, 48-hour Artcheck. We're keeping the lights on while Kayla's on her honeymoon. So this is just a short one. Kylie's a little bit busy today. So we'll just talk about what we've been up to lately. Kylie, what have you been up to?
Okay, so I started trying. Last time I was on Artcheck, I had not started March yet, or is that the month we're in? April. April. I had not started April yet on my embroidery journal, so that's like a week behind, So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've added 6 stitches, so that means that I'm still. What day is it? Yeah, so I'm still like a week behind, but that's okay. At least I'm not 2 weeks behind. And so, yeah, I've added a few stitches. This is the day I made like a social media post. I made salsa this day. That's the day we did our game night art check. Look at that little dice.
Nice.
And so, yeah, so I worked on that. I also have been brainstorming the idea of selling stickers through my Etsy / on my Instagram, things like that, which would be really fun. And I've kind of toyed around with the idea, as you guys know, of selling prints or stickers, or I don't know, like selling more physical products, but I've always shied away from it because shipping stresses me out a lot. But I feel like stickers is something that I could manage, especially because I could be like, oh, we're out of stock of the stickers, or something like that. So I've kind of been researching that, the most serious I've ever researched anything when it comes to like selling. Like I'm figuring out like where I would want to print them, and I started kind of designing some. So I drew this Moira Rose from Schitt's Creek, if any of you watch Schitt's Creek. And so I drew this little picture of her. And that's kind of what started me, because I was like, oh, that'd be a cute sticker. And then I've been working on this other sticker that says, I've worked on 2 different color ideas. You guys should let me know in the comments if you're watching which option you like better. So it says Plant Mom. Oh, wow. Hold on. Let me just turn the brightness down a little bit.
Okay, I saw this on Instagram and I think it's really cute.
Yeah, so I have the one with white text, but I'm just worried that some of the leaves kind of blend into the white text too much. But I'm someone that prefers like light colors more, or have the dark text. But it says Plant Mom. Saw it and I was like, oh, that's not that great. Posted it to my Petals Inc. Instagram, and actually had a few people be like, I would buy that. What are you talking about? So
I like that one. So
thanks. So yeah, anyway, I'm kind of excited about that. And then I also, do you want to put my screen thing up there?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. So I also finished editing those family photos and sent them out like
cute
Saturday. So here are just a few of them. Look at this cute fam.
Gosh.
These are my favorite, okay? So this little boy, this is my childhood best friend, her family. And this little boy loves his mom. I literally did not, normally I'll say something like I'll prompt something. I'll be like, give your mom a hug. Well, I did tell him to give her a hug, but like, usually I'll say like kiss her cheek or something. I didn't have to say that at all. And he just started like rapidly like giving her kisses. Oh, it was so cute. I can't even handle it. And so these are just some of them. And it was so pretty. I was kind of nervous because the weather wasn't great. It was kind of harsh lighting, but they ended up being really cute. And I sent her, like, she got me some hair product I've been needing. So anyway, so that was fun. And I'm really, really relieved to have that. Those edited and sent off. So it's been a little bit busy, but
I did that once of a trade.
Yeah.
And it did not work out.
Really?
That was like the first bleaching of like, somebody was like, yeah, I can make your hair white. And now that I know stuff about hair, she was lying to me. So yeah, it was like yellow. And I was like, this is not the hair that I like. Can I come back in? And she's like, I'm doing this on my dime. And then I never did photos for her because we both ghosted each other. It was really not great. Because then I had to go pay for somebody else to do it. And then I just ended up doing it because it took way more than 3 sessions to get my hair white.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's my I've tried to do trades before. It's kind of hard. Trading is kind of hard because it's like you don't want to like for example, I don't want to like design a logo for someone that's just gonna do like my eyelashes, like do eyelash extensions, like because I'm like at the same time, like I don't expect you to give me like $300 worth of eyelash extensions, but I want it to be like a little more even than like a $30 or a $50 service and like because I talked to an eyelash tech once and she was like, yeah, I've been wanting family photos, so you could take the family photos of me and my family and then I can give you a set of eyelashes. I'm like, okay, that's just like doesn't really match. So I've just decided I'm not really gonna do trades unless it's like someone I'm close with, I feel like.
Yeah, like unless it's somebody that could actually do a good job. Like I did do a trade that worked out really well.
That's
the
good.
florist for my wedding, I made her logo.
That's awesome.
So it worked out really well. Like I just was like, would you be receptive to this? And at the time, like I feel like I got the better end of the deal because it was earlier in my skill set of that nature. Like if I were to do it now, I think I could have done a way better job, but I mean hopefully she liked it.
That's okay. Yeah.
But those are risky. I was gonna tell you, so we were talking about this before Artcheck.
Oh yeah.
And I don't remember what I was gonna say, so we were talking about your stickers and
mailing them.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that something you could do because so Kiley wants to order hers in bulk and then send them out. Because you have a lot more control over the quality. Like her stickers are going to be nicer than my stickers that way because mine are through like I can only make so many choices on my stickers if I want to keep them print on demand. But something you could do is I picked this up from Comic Lab, which is a podcast I listen to about making comics. And they suggested, like, if you are selling your book for the first time and you don't know how many people are you don't know what the demand is going to be at all. And like, that's super expensive. That's not stickers, it's books.
Yeah.
They're like, you can do print on demand for a little bit, see how much gets bought, and you're gonna
and which ones are most popular. Like
but then you know how much to order. And so, because with stickers, we were talking about how you never know which one sticks. It's really safe for me because I don't know which ones are going to stick, but there's zero like risk in me putting more stickers up and seeing which ones do stick. So you could do like a print on demand temporarily, see which ones people like, because there's like 3 stickers that people really like from my store. Like those would be the first ones that I would order. Something to think about.
That's smart. Yeah,
I have a friend with quality, right? But
then you can go up.
It's temporary. Yeah.
I have a friend who has her own shop and she sells stickers, and she was like, my biggest recommendation is just don't order like a ton, like from the start. Like you want to know what are most popular. And I'm like, if I order 10 of each, like I know I can sell those. Like it might take me a little bit of time. Like maybe there's one sticker that no one really likes, but I could probably still find a way to sell 10, even if like in the end I'm doing them like at cost or something, or there's like a local coffee shop that sells small business stuff, and I could like go bring some there and see if they'd be willing to sell them or whatever. But another thing that I've thought about is not putting them on Etsy at first and instead selling them like through my Instagram the way I sell other things, as like a pre-order type of idea, like if you send me the money, then really I'll order them so I know how many to order, and then I'll mail them out, I just did that actually. So a podcaster, no, this is actually an earring company. I'm wearing her earrings right now. And it's Post Accessories on Instagram. Love her. And she just released or launched some sweatshirts she designed this past week that say cries easily on them. And it's really cute. And so I pre-ordered them because she was like, well, there are 2 options. Like I can either put out a pre-order form and you can like pay now, but it'll be a little bit because I have to wait for production. but she's like, but then I won't run out, or I can like order them, but there'll be limited quantity. And like everyone voted for pre-order, because like I'd rather, like, if there's a product I want, like I'll pay up front and then wait a few weeks if it means like I'm not gonna have to like set my alarm and go on and order it right away, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's smart. Also, Madison says that she loved the white text.
That's so good to know. That's good to know.
Do you want to know what I think?
I'm kind of leaning towards you
I
like
the
black.
dark text.
That's so funny. But I might change the leaf color of the really like light, because I think that's the only thing that's pushing me away. And also I could always do like 2 versions. I might like put them out when I get closer to production and be like, which do you guys like more? And if there's like a strong pull towards one, you know,
I wouldn't buy I wouldn't order 2 versions because people aren't gonna decide.
And that's what I meant. I might just put 2 out there and then whichever one they decide. But yeah, if I do the white one, it's not even like super white. It's like an off-white, which I think makes it even harder. But it's like my brand's like white color. But I would just change those little fan type grassy looking leaves because they just get a little lost. But anyway, I'm kind of excited. Granted, this is like the 80th time I've been like, I might sell something in my shop, but I think that I actually will this time. Anyway, we can move on, but because we just talked about that for 8 years.
All right. Well, what I worked on, so before I pull it up, Corey Kerr, you guys, if you're on this show, like, or here, you might know who he is because he did Artcheck first. But he like hired me into a project he was hired for, if that makes sense. So he's doing a music video. It's an animation, and he hired me to do the backgrounds. So super exciting because I've got like a pretty good gig there. But I'll pull up everything. So I kind of started it today. And I was just figuring out color schemes. So like the original one is the one that I came up with, and he's like, it's too vibrant. So we moved down to the number 2 option, which is like, I think we moved down to 2. I can't remember exactly. It was a tweaked version of this. And then I started working on the background scene for this. So this is like the base background. Since this like desert, the sky is like a way nastier color, but I have 2 versions of this landscape. So there's like a green one and then like a really sad desert one. So the floor here is like untouched, but I'm in the mountains and the sky. I've been working on adding that like green lush version. So yeah, that's what I've been doing most of today. It doesn't look like a lot now that I have it here, but
it never does.
I promise it was a lot. Because it, like, I don't know, probably like an hour was me figuring out the color scheme of everything and then bringing it to Corey and being like, do you like this? So yeah, that's basically it. Like, imagine this part, but more like this. So yeah, I promise I did more. It really doesn't look like a lot, but I promise I did a lot.
It looks like a lot to me.
Thanks.
And I think anyone that does illustration or has done illustration or worked with clients or anything, I feel like they'd be like, wow, that's a lot. So
yeah, I guess so. Yeah. And there was like pre-visual stuff that I did, like figuring out like a laundry list of assets.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how long that was going to take for me to do stuff like that. But there's, and also like he has an animatic, so like referring to the animatic and like getting all screen grabs of like stuff I need to do, all that stuff. There's a lot of like he's done all the pre-production, but there's like pre-production for me that I was doing today. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
That's impressive.
Thanks. And then Kayla sent us
her final
her final case study. So we saw the draft last time.
Yeah.
So let me add that.
Let me see here.
That's cute.
I'm trying to size it a little bit better. There we go. Okay. Yeah. And they want to be. Oh, it looks so good.
Aww.
This gives me very like, I don't know if you've ever seen James Rognan's style guide for his brand.
I haven't.
I did all the time because I was his TA. But this kind of gives me those vibes. Like he has a lot of background texture and stuff. I like the style of it. Like it's stylized. It's very like cohesive.
I love seeing because when you see an image, sometimes you take it for granted until like you realize how much
what goes into it. Like look at all those different. I want to see where the smoke went. Where'd it go?
Is it like the top left?
Yeah, I think so. Oh wait. Here we go. This has the big one. Oh, it's right there. I love this part of it. I think that's so smart where she shows like where everything came from. Like, because in this final composite, it's like a sunset, but then you can see that there's also like this like meteor or whatever behind. Like, you just see how much went into it. I also love that she used the Sodavine parking lot because, man.
Are you serious?
I don't know if you've driven through it, but it's terrible.
I want to see that. Are you serious?
And it's so bad.
The parking lot or the drive-through?
It's like right at the end of the drive-through. This is like where you turn to like
Sodavine, Rexburg.
Oh, right here. That's the parking spots that are like where you park when you're waiting for your food or whatever, and that's where it comes out. So you like drive through that. It was awful.
That's so terrible. I haven't been to Sodavine in a while.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, did not know that was there.
Like that she kind of went into why she did those, like all that went into the atmosphere. And I love showing your layers panel.
Yeah,
this is really well done.
Yeah.
Aw, there's her. That looks so good. It came a really long way, and I can't even imagine having it come that far the week of your wedding. So yeah.
She's married now,
lovely. Yeah, she's married.
Cute wedding and everything. I'm sorry, there's a train coming.
That's okay.
Like my apartment.
That's okay.
So let me. Oh, you know what? I didn't even pull up any of the banners. Okay.
Oh, that's okay.
Challenges. What were your challenges?
I was really sick this weekend, and I still kind of am. I had to leave Kayla's reception early and stuff. I just have been having a lot of stomach issues. They don't really know what it is, but I've been having stomach issues for a year now. But they have flare-ups, and so I was having really bad stomach pain this whole past week. So that's been kind of hard because it makes me not want to eat. I can't even feel like I can sit up. So I wanted to work on embroidery, but I always have to sit up working on it so I don't hurt my neck. And I didn't feel like I could because it hurt my stomach too bad. Or drawing on my iPad, I couldn't lay on my stomach. I couldn't sit up. So I was just laying in bed, not doing anything. But clearly I did some stuff still, so that's good.
Yeah.
And then another challenge is I think just pushing myself. I get, what is it called? Kerr, I think, talks about it sometimes. Or at least he did when he was my teacher for our capstone class. But he talks about kind of when you're in that planning stage and you're don't go into the doing stage. What does he call that? Planning paralysis or something. He has a name for it, I'm pretty sure.
Is it called paralysis? Did he call it something paralysis?
He calls it something paralysis, which is kind of where I get stuck all the time.
Planning paralysis?
That's what I'm that's what I'm calling it at least. But But I'm like a planner. I love like planning things, but usually they stick in the planning stage and never get into like the doing stage. And I've definitely experienced that more times than like anything else with my business, because I'll be like, oh, this would be cool. Could do this, like, and stuff like that. And then I don't do it. For example, another thing I did this week was I did that research for that crew neck that I want to do with the floral letters. If you guys watched like an Artcheck or two ago,
That's a previous one.
Yeah. And so anyway, I did the research for that today, and I like got a list of all the supplies, and I'll probably go put the supplies in my Amazon cart next week. And then the following week I'll probably buy them. And then they'll probably sit in my apartment until I'm like, crap, camp is in 2 weeks. I haven't like gotten anything yet, you know? So I feel like I need to kind of, that's been a challenge, especially with the sticker idea. I'm like, oh, so cool, so cool. And I'm like doing stickers, and then I feel like I was just going to get to the point where I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do these actually. So I kind of just need to like, I think I get nervous too, is like a huge thing. So I think I just need to like push myself to be like, you can do it, Kylie. Like, you know, just go for it and actually do the thing, like do the first step.
I'm like in the phase with my other secret project where because I've been working on that since like I guess like December, maybe January. And I have to have these check-ins with myself of like, are you just like procrastinating getting it out there? Yeah. Like, or I'm at this point now where I've figured out like what is me procrastinating doing important stuff for it. Yeah. Because it's such a, like, to put it in perspective for the people listening, it's probably going to be like a 3-year endeavor. And so putting extra 6 months of foundational work to make that easier for myself, like, why not, right? Because once it starts, the clock is ticking, and like I can't just pause it. Like I could pause it, but it would have to be a bigger thing for me to pause it, as opposed to now something can come up and I don't have a deadline necessarily. So yeah. But yeah, I have to have those check-ins with myself to be like, hey, by the way, like you need to, like, is this getting in the way of you getting this out sooner? Because maybe you shouldn't do it. Yeah. Totally. My challenges are I don't know. Getting distracted. Like there's a whole hour today where I could have started, like when I was supposed to start doing stuff and I didn't. And at the time I was convincing myself that it was a good reason. I could have saved it for a different time though. Like it was like something I needed to do today, but I could have done it like after Artcheck. Yeah. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, I mean, really just like being distracted. I have a feeling that the next like 2 weeks or so, I'm going to be super productive though, because Kerr kind of wants all these backgrounds from me in like the next 2 to 3 weeks. So
like, so you're going to be like forced to like,
it's not the extended timeline of like over promise under promise over deliver, where you know I give myself a month and I do it in 2 weeks. It's no, the timeline is the timeline, you know. So yeah, I did not. Could you hear Bruno just then? I didn't elbow my cat. I elbowed the chair he was on. I promise. Okay.
Like, oh.
He was like, what the crap was that? I didn't. Oh, and now I'm petting him and he's acknowledging it. So yeah, those are my challenges. Nothing too bad. Next Artcheck, what are you gonna do?
So I was just trying to write some things down because I always say it in here and then I don't actually write it down or anything, and so I don't do it. I'm just like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do, and then I forget. But I'd like to design at least another sticker or two. To be clear, I can't do Artcheck on Thursday, so it'll be like a whole week because I'll be traveling on Thursday.
That's right, yeah.
But I want to design at least another sticker or two and maybe like start putting them on my Instagram to see like what people think. Like, would you buy this? Like, be honest, like, and stuff like that. And figuring out like pricing, you know, kind of taking the next planning steps. And then I want to do a mock-up or something. Actually, I'm going to my mom's house this week. That's where I'm going to be traveling to on Thursday. And so you guys might recall the Middle Eastern Jewish Jesus illustration that I did a little bit ago. If you don't recall, I don't blame you. I haven't really put it anywhere except showed it on Artcheck. But anyway, I got my mom a print of that for Christmas before my iPad crashed and I lost like a lot of stuff. Oh. So the good news is like I have that file that I used to print it, but I don't have the original. Great. So like it's kind of locked and loaded. Like I can't make edits to it, which is honestly pretty good because I would have kept editing it and then never like put it for sale because I never felt like it was perfect. So now I'm like, well, this is what it is. It is like what people can buy it if they want. So anyway, I'll probably thinking I hate doing mock-ups. So I probably will just take a picture of it in the frame. You know, that has a glare on it so no one can like steal my image. And then I need to create a new Etsy shop because you can't change your shop name.
Really?
Yeah, I learned that this week. But you can't like, once your shop is launched, you can't like, I can't change Kiley Creative to Petals Inc., which is okay. I'm not overly fond of like I'll probably keep the other shop up and it can just keep making me money if people like find it. But yeah, so I want to create a new Etsy shop for Petals Inc., put the Jesus illustration I did in a mock-up or take a picture and like add that as the first listing since you have to add a listing to create a shop. And yeah, so those are the things and catch up on my embroidery, but that'll be like the next day or two. But yeah, those are the things I think I'd like to do. I'm
going to work on backgrounds.
Good call.
I want to have like the main background that I showed done first. Mm-hmm. So in the next day or two, I want that like locked in. Just because that kind of defines the color scheme for everything else. So if something were to change, I'd rather change the one like background design than everything else. And then I'll probably jump into some of the hardest stuff first. Just because they scare me. And I'd rather have the project only scare me for a portion of the project. So there's like this rib cage scene where it's like inside the rib cage and there's like a beating heart, but inside the rib cage there's just like leaves, like flora.
Oh, okay.
So it's a lot of plants. And also I'm not animating this, but I am like providing for certain things frame by frame. So in some sense I am animating it.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So like the heart is going to be beating and I'm going to be providing the frames for those. So that scares me.
That's stressful. Yeah.
So yeah. So like I want to get that stuff figured out as soon as possible so that Corey can be like, hey, this didn't work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, analysis paralysis.
Oh, thank you, Corey. That's what I was I'm glad that he's here. Tell me.
Hello.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do next. And I'm sure that I'll work on the other assets. Like, I should hope that I have that finished by a week from now and I've moved on to other stuff too, but I'm just not sure which ones are next on the list. So, yeah. All of that. That's pretty much all I'm going to be doing just for the next couple weeks.
That's good though.
The sooner it's done, the better for everybody. So
yeah.
And that's it. And oh my gosh, we're at a half hour.
We do this like perfect every time.
Last time we were like at 15 minutes.
On the dot. Like no extra seconds.
That's right. Yeah.
It was insane. But then we went back and it like StreamYard like messed it a little. But on our end.
Yeah, when we finished that recording, it was 15:00.
Yeah, we're on top of it.
Yeah. All right. So let's do all this. So if you want to follow Kayla, who isn't here today, but she is like the one who owns the channel and stuff. If you want to follow her,
El Presidente.
Yeah, follow the Comeback Kid on Instagram. It's KLD, just to put that out there. It's capital KLD. It looks like kid. So that's how that works. If you want to follow me, follow at Gumminelli. Across the board, everything that is associated with me is Gumminelli. So if it doesn't say Gumminelli, then I'm not there. And also, if somebody's posing as me and it says Gumminelli 1, which nobody is, but you know, it's an example. That's not me. If you want to follow Kiley, follow Petals Inc. And her link tree is updated now. It's not updated for past episodes, but it is updated for this episode. So you can go to her link tree. Go check out Crimson Owl Comics, 12 Months of Horror Holidays. And then don't forget to watch IRS Agency, like the indie review show. The IRS Agency is the website. It's not taxes. It's comics. So
it's like a triggering word these
I know.
days. IRS.
Excuse me. All right, and yeah. Thanks for
watching.
Joining.
Great to see you all.
We're happy to see you folks here. And we'll be back next week because Kylie's gonna be gone and Kayla's not here, and you don't want to hear me talk to myself. So that would be boring. So yeah. See you guys later.